Hi, hello. Well, let me show you in this video how we can move between activities. Okay, we can say it's a navigation, but well, we have a rules. We have actually a real flow to the navigation. But well, if one button open a new activity, in technical words, we can say, yeah, it's a navigation. Okay, so well, let me show you how we can do that. If you see, I have my main activity is the most common and empty activity. We don't have only the set content view and the onCreate definition, so it's very easy to understand this code, okay, because I know we see a couple times. And we have the XML. The XML is only a linear layout with orientation and with a button, okay. I want to show you something, okay. Please check the line number 7 because I am showing you something new. And my recommendation is take your notes, because if you see the gravity, okay, in the past we use only the center vertical or center horizontal. But what happens if you want to use two values in the same property? You can do that, but you need to use this character, okay. This character is to separate, but it's a way to say to Android, hey, I have one value here, but the next one is a value too. And actually I can combine more, okay. So the thing is, I use this character, I think it's a pipe, okay. In your keyboard sometimes you can find it in your number one or before your number one, okay. Obviously I know that depends your keyboard. I don't know all the keyboards in the world, but I think in Latam and United States very easy to you to find it, okay. So well, that's my recommendation. If you want to use for example, if you want to, if you see here in my emulator, I have the button in the middle, but I am using linear layout. It's very easy if I use both values, center horizontal and certain vertical, in the same property, okay, in gravity. So that's why I can put the element here in the middle without the constraint layouts and constraints, okay. So you only need to use more these properties and elements to think in a simple hacks, okay. Obviously I think it's not a hack, but well, a lot of people is not they don't think too much about how they can use and combine the properties, okay. Well, that's the point. In the case it's a new knowledge, so please take notes like I said before, and let's continue, okay. Now we have the linear layout here, and we have the button. The button is just a simple button. I push an ID next button, okay. I write something, I try to write before to create a video, because I think sometimes it's very fast and I just need to focus on the explanation, okay. So well, this is the ID next button, and the text is only next. The idea is when I click here, I will move, okay, to the next one. If you see here, my text is not different, okay. It's actually is not text, but this is because I didn't execute that, okay. Let me execute. Just wait a couple seconds to see the changes, okay. Here, well, we have the button in the main activity. Well, let's go to the second activity. If you see here, we have a second activity, and remember we saw how we can create a second activity. Just a reminder, you go to the Java directory, let's go to the main package, let's go to new and select a activity, and we can use empty views activity, okay. That's the activity to use. Well, after that I create the second activity, okay. The not only the code, the coding code, we have the XML, okay. Let's go to the XML layout here, okay. See, and in this activity at the beginning obviously it's empty. I just change the constraint layout to linear layout, okay. I put the orientation in this case vertical, and I add a text view, okay, just to see something. In this case this text view is just a text second activity, okay. You can go to design and show with me and see with me what is the text, okay. Yeah, here. Well, let's go back. Well, now we have two activities, the main activity and the second activity, Okay, and well, the idea now we want to see, or we need to see how we can change the activity. Okay, how we can move to the next one. In this case, let me show you something. Let's go here to the main activity and let's define the element. Remember, the element to move is the button because the button is the action. Okay, well, actually the button is the element to execute the action. I think this is the correct flow to explain. Well, let's put the name next. Let's put here is a button. Okay, and they put is the same like find view by ID, R ID, and use next button. Okay, I think you can understand this line without more explanation. Well, let's put the set on click listener. Okay, let's put next dot and set on click listener, and we need to put code here. Okay, which code we will use for? We want to use the intent. Okay, the intent actually is the new element here to see. Okay, intent. Okay, now let's see, we are creating the intent, so we need the definition. Well, let's put intent. Okay, and we need to put if you see the parameters. Okay, in this case we will use two parameters. We will use the context and we will use the name of the activity. In this case, the name of the activity is second activity. You see, well, and in this case, okay, we need to put that's you don't have to worry too much for now for try to understand this. Okay, but at the end you can you can see like a convention. Okay, when you want to define a class, in this case, remember at the end the class is the activity. Okay, remember here this is second activity, this is the class second activity. Okay, so we need to define the new activity. So when you define the new activity, always you need to use the 2 times, and you need to add class and Java. Okay, you don't have to worry too. My recommendation when you are starting in Android, you don't worry too much about to try to understand that kind of things, because at the end I think you are using time to other things. Okay, no, I am not saying it's not important, because it's important, but for now it's not relevant for you. Okay, you later you will understand what happened without to worry too much. Okay, well, let's continue. And now the second instruction is start activity. Start activity is a method. Okay, you see we have a lot of methods like this: start activity, start action mode, start activity, start activities. Okay, and with a different parameters. That's the point. In this case we need to use start activity. Okay, and the start activity. Okay, and we need to pass an intent. Okay, you see, let's put the intent. We define the intent in the line number 22. Okay, and just save. In this case, Command S, or remember Control S. Let's execute the project. Okay, just wait a couple seconds. See, you have the button here. We click in the button and we have the second activity. Well, we are working. Remember, we have the back button. If we click the back, we are now in the main activity. Okay, so it's a basic navigation, but well, we are working with navigation now. Okay, if you see, let's click here. We are in the second activity. Let's come back. Okay, and well, that's all. Well, thank you so much for your time, and let's continue with this course.